Okay, I was trying to figure out how to do this and not show myself, but be able to see myself. So I'm sitting on the toilet, fully dressed in the bathroom of the hotel, doing a personal diary entry because this is my diary. So, I guess it's a personal entry communicated to anybody that wants to understand. Um, a lot of what I go through in any kind of situation where I have to interact with people is why do people hate you so much? And the truth is because I am human. Let's see if I can muffle the echo a bit, somewhat, at least for the phone. And what that means is that I'm superior. We have two potentials, two brains. We are the combination, not the mix, the combination of two species, primate and pig, through a mechanism only beginning to be understood now, having to do with genetic transfer of genetic material. We are a combination of two species, and we therefore have two brains and two potentials. Not one or the other, but two potential brains, capabilities. Long story short, because we're a genetic combination instead of a mix, we have polyploidy, and that affects development of organs. So we have enlarged brains. We were born defective with enlarged brains. These brains were enlarged and therefore had higher capacity than their evolved purpose, which is to have a model of the perceivable environment, perceivable and necessarily perceivable environment, to allow for prediction and facilitation of survival. So, fast losing track. So these brains gave us imagination. It allowed us to perceive beyond what we could perceive, to imagine. And these brains in combination are, allow us to have this imagination and do things with it. But two brains are our primate brain and our pig brain, which become basically our ego, our instinctive self versus our reasoning and empathetic self. And empathy is important. Empathy is when someone is compelled to act because of their perception of other people's emotions internally. You see someone suffering, you feel that, you feel compelled to act. That is empathy. And that is distinguished. That is a distinguished characteristic of human beings. It is a defining characteristic, actually. If you lack empathy, you actually are not human. And therein is the point, is that people hate me because I am human. Human beings are empathetic. They feel compelled to act on the feelings that they sense in others, which they cannot help but feel. Someone yawns, you yawn also. That's empathy at work. It doesn't mean you have it. It just means it's working within you. That's a personal note to myself. But anyway, so I have literally been robbed of everything I own, including my education and my dog. My home was stolen from me. Both my physical land and my boat, both were stolen from me simultaneously through violent acts of corruption involving state police and the U.S. State Department, the consulate here in Mexico. Cody, the head of security in Tijuana for the peninsula. Little faggot. God, man, I'll fucking kick your ass in person, dude. Come on, bring it on. A bunch of fucking faggots sitting by your desks running the fucking world, you think? Anyway, and that's the point here, is that I'm hated, I'm treated this way because I'm human. What the hell have I ever done to anyone? I've never committed a crime. I was jailed for disturbing the peace because a guy was fucking beating on me for yelling at him for saying something to for parking in a handicap spot. Fuck. Guy assaults me and I'm arrested for disturbing the peace. Okay, and then Humboldt, I'm arrested for having my gun in my car because the fucking cops won't answer my fucking pleas for help because the people they supposedly, or they busted for growing pot that I turned in because there was no other way to get them to stop running us off the road, were fucking protected by them, so the fucking cops go after me, you know? So I'm arrested for turning in a grow operation. So I've been treated like a criminal for doing the right thing, for being an American. And now I've been deprived of my disability benefits, my only fucking means of survival, by this same State Department, and deprived of everything I own at the behest of, because of, and probably by design by the State Department. Who else knew everything I was doing? Jesus fucking Christ. So why? And the simple answer is because I'm human. I am superior. I have those two brains. I use those two brains. People in society only develop the pig brain because the pig brain is the herd mindset. The people in charge think that they've developed their primate brain because they're smart. No, they're not smarter. They're not any more intelligent. They're just more well trained. The pig brain is the herd brain. There's also leaders of the herd in the elk, in the pigs, and wherever there are leaders. They're just the same. But the primate brain is reasoning and sympathy. It's different. It's more. It's far superior. Just a developed primate brain, any human being is superior to anybody with the developed pig brain, shall we call it, the ego brain, the psychopath brain. I don't have any empathy. I'm selfish. I have a morals brain. Some would call it the Jew brain, but I won't. So this other brain, this primate brain, does reasoning, uses empathy. You can read minds. I'm a very good poker player. Never fucking play poker with me. In real life either. And this brain gives you these abilities. It's just, people just literally do not believe. I mean, there's other people staying in the hotel. There's a woman with them that just everything I say, she's like, oh, yeah, because it's not possible that I could possibly be good at all the things I am actually good at. Read my fucking CV, bitch. Yeah, I have done fucking everything. So I'm superior. I'm actually superior, and it comes easy to me. People have always hated me for that. The Simpsons episode where it's the curve of the grades in the classroom, and Bart Simpson's the F, and it's like this black hole, and everybody around him is sucked into it. It was the opposite for me. They don't know how Matt Groening got that idea out of my head. But yeah, it was like the opposite. I'm in the mountain, the A's and the B's and C's around me. In my geometry class in high school. I was always the smartest kid in the class, including the teacher. Yes, I was always smarter than my teachers. So, you know, the rest of that. This is hard, but it's made possible because I am human, because we're stronger. We live longer, we endure longer, we can take more. Because we're not taking it all the time, because you're feeding yourselves shit you shouldn't eat. It's not food, it's a drug. You're subsisting off drugs. No. Just what did we eat when we first came about? Did we start eating fucking bread first thing out of the fucking womb? No. We were hunters. So what are we supposed to eat? Duh. So, well, you guys can be people in the herd, whatever society, you're being herded around, your fucking masks, mask, mask, vaccine, vaccine. God damn, man. But now you're not pig, you're sheep. You're not sheep, you're pigs. And maybe you know why maybe you know why more than half, I believe more than 2/3 of the population of the planet do not consume pork. Because they are. Anyway, yeah, how about those people in India that eat both pork and monkey? But monkeys aren't primates. So, I'm being hunted, hounded, Well, actually, I'm not being hunted and hounded. I realized that they're just keeping tabs on me so that they protect Pedro and everyone else from me killing them, which I'm going to. Yeah, I can say it like that. I'll put this in entertainment. Make sure you can see that. Yeah, you can see that. But anyway, only those who know, don't you? Sorry, I have my glasses. Finger. Ow, that hurt. So anyway, moving on. Why am I treated this way? Because I'm human. Why am I able to survive it? Because I'm human. Why do they treat me this way? Because they're not. Specifically, the people that treat me this way are people who believe themselves superior. I wonder if I'm ever going to have a run-in with the Jewish culture, with people of the Jewish culture, specifically those who ascribe to the notion attributed to the culture that suggests that they are God's chosen people, superior to us. I wonder if I'll ever have problems with that. So yeah, these people that are harassing me believe themselves superior to me, and are not factually, and they fucking hate it. They don't understand me. They literally have mega computers dedicated to trying to figure out me and the few other people in the world like me. Geniuses. People who can just do anything. Well, okay, here you go. Ready? Here's your fucking answer. Homo sapiens. As opposed to Homo sapiens familiaris, which is you and everyone else. Sorry, I'm looking at the time on this at exactly 12 minutes. Anyway, distractions. I'm not fucking distracted at all. Jesus Christ, I'm being fucking hunted. Alright. I am the hunter. I mean, they're a little bit afraid of me. They're a little bit afraid of me, physically afraid of me. I fucking hit somebody with an arrow. I may have killed somebody. I don't know. They won't admit it. There's no fucking way in hell they can admit that I killed a person with my arrow. If I killed the person, sorry, you're dead. And maybe that's why there's people hunting me for revenge. I don't know. I very well could have killed somebody. And I'm okay with it. Because I'm in the right legally. Hopped my fence, threw rocks at me, I'm on my property, trying to injure or kill me, trying to get into my home with other people doing so. I was more than in the legal right. I was more than justified. I was fucking good. And I succeeded in what I'm legally capable of doing. Because I'm human. That's all. Homo sapiens. As opposed to Homo sapiens familiaris. Now think about it. You're born into society. You're born in a hospital. You're stamped, nipped, or whatever else they do to females, and placed in the population. You're born domesticated. You are born domesticated. But if you were born a human being, Homo sapiens, you would be born out on the plains, in the wild, or in a village, or some other natural human setting. But you're not. You're born in synthetic, human-created settings, which means if they are created by humans and animals live in them, they're domesticated animals. We forget that we're animals and that we also are subject to those things, that perspective, therefore we are domesticated animals. So, well, excuse me, you are. I wasn't, because of the process of how it works. I identified as a dog, thought I was a dog for a little while, so I developed as a dog socially, which is why for my entire life I have been socially rejected, bullied, mistreated by everyone, including my family. So if I'm growing up and I don't have a social life outside of the home, and I start going to preschool and elementary school later, and have a really horrible time socially, it has to have been because I had a horrible time socially in the home before. So while I don't directly remember, I can ascertain and prove that I was mistreated or socially rejected in my home, in my own home, for the beginning of my social development. Why? Probably a conscious decision. My mother named me after God and Christ, Michael Christian, and my brothers are named after Civil War generals, Confederate Civil War generals, Lee and Perry. So, there was a big difference, and they're both lacking empathy. I have it in spades, which I got from the dog, which means I was more abandoned than they were. So I was a fucking orphan in my own home. That's why I always thought I was someone else's son, mother or father. I thought I was adopted. I was a fucking orphan. I was born to them physically, genetically, but I was an orphan in every way. So I was even adopted by my stepmother. So yeah. So never had a chance. So I wasn't domesticated. Never going to be like you. And never have been. But I've existed within until I couldn't anymore. Your society. I've been doing nothing but trying to escape it. 7 now. We're at exactly 6 in a month. 2 months will be exactly 6 years that I've been in this fucking place. Fucking place because of how it's treated me. And how it has become because of the people. How the people treat it. And that means I flash. I thought there was a little symbol at the top of the left of the screen, and 17 minutes into the recording, that was a mute symbol. It's not. I'm not. Give me some water. Anyway, so I'm human, and no one else is, and I'm getting hounded and hunted and fucked around and fucked over for it. But I can and will survive it because I am human. Now let me describe to you, as a human being, what we are. We have two functional brains, the primate and big brain, both working in concert with each other. You call us geniuses. That's only only one characteristic. Being a genius doesn't make you human. Being a human makes you a genius. Just as being a psychopath doesn't make you a serial killer, but being a serial killer means you are a psychopath. Opposite end of the fucking spectrum. I'm human. Serial killers are the opposite. All the psychopaths that run corporations are serial killers. They just haven't. Well, they do kill. So yeah, they're all serial killers. Anyway. So, what is a human being? We have two brains. They both function in concert. We act as geniuses mentally. Our diet is pure meat and some fiber to get it through, as we would in nature. As we cook our food, and I still do, we supplement. I supplement with water and fat-soluble vitamins, specifically with ascorbic acid, water-soluble only. Water-soluble vitamin E that way, and all my fat solubles previously through dehydrated organic beef liver. Which I'm not getting, so I'm kind of tired. We are very strong. Our muscles are much stronger because we store our energy in ketones instead of glucogens. Glucogens are sugars. Sugars are destructive to cell walls. Therefore, you're storing shit in your muscles. And when you burn it, you literally burn your muscles up. So yeah, bodybuilders, it does work. Yes, especially when you use that artificial protein. But only because you're much better at destroying your muscles than someone like me. So someone like me can come up to you, be half as musculatured as you are, and crush your muscles. Because they're filled with crappy cells destroyed by glucogens, and mine are pure protein. So as I'm rebuilding my muscles from 5 days of no food, and 2 weeks of limited food and sleep, my muscles will be back pure as they were before, if not more so. So that's what human beings are, muscled. We can exist on as little as 4 hours of sleep a night, which I have been for the past 3 weeks. And we live a long time. I don't know how, possibly forever. And heal very easily and very well. I have broken bones and they heal. Actually, I broke my pinky bone. This one is. Oh, you can't hear it snapping anymore. It was broken 3 weeks ago. I broke my rib right over my heart. You can't see in the dark. But right over my heart, I broke my rib. I was diving to clean the rudder and propeller so we could get the fuck out of where we were, where the fuck we were. And coming up on the ramp, I'm feeling it again. Trying to climb up on the boat, I snapped my fucking rib. I almost stabbed myself in the fucking heart. But I did hit my heart with the broken rib. And it kind of hurt. And kind of still does 3-4 weeks later. But it's healing, and it's obviously not kept me from surviving and shooting arrows at people. And being, oh my god. So, what else? Well, I said the intelligence part. We heal really easily. We don't get sick. Our lysine arginine balance. Look it up. Our lysine arginine balance favors lysine and thus disfavors the development of viruses or viri. So we don't get viruses. We don't get the cold. We don't get the flu. I haven't had anything like that since before 2010. It has to be. I have had dengue fever, which you get by injection from mosquitoes. I have had all forms, including hemorrhagic fever, which usually puts people into a hospital for 2 weeks. I was in bed for 3 days. Not bad. So we're just better. We're superior. And fuck you for hating us. That's not my fault you have to live in this society. The joke being created by a Jewish woman. So they can be taken care of. I mean, literally, human females are a different species from human males. And they actually shouldn't exist in this capacity. Society is to take care of them. Because look at the social habits of all high order mammals, dolphins, primates, wolves. They all segregate socially by gender. Wolves are actually the best, if you want to say most fair, because they don't kick the females out of the pack until let them back till they're pregnant, like gorillas and blue chimpanzees do. And, us, that's what we're supposed to do. Hey, bitch, get the fuck out of here! Don't come back to you're pregnant. You ain't raising my fucking kid. The fucking genetic diversity here. Hello, find me a strong fucking man. You fuck him. Come back here, you me as fucking boy. We'll go kick their asses. That's humanity. That's what we are, what we do. You are domesticated. Vaccine. Got it? Okay, yeah, I actually am superior. And I actually am going to survive. And no, actually, you aren't. Those of you who think you will outlive me. Come and fucking get me. I'll dodge the fucking bullet, grab the fucking gun for the guy, and fucking shoot him in the chin. Gone. Self-defense. Bring it the fuck home. So, why do people hate me? Because they're afraid of me. Why are they afraid of me? Because of what's in them. Or rather, I should say, what's not. It has nothing to do with me. People don't hate me because I'm me. People hate me because they're themselves. Domesticated. And what the hell would any domesticated animal do looking at a wild one and saying, hey buddy, can you show me how to beat you? A domestic dog is the same as a wolf. Except that the dog is domesticated and the wolf is wild. You're the dog. Guess who I am? Diary of a